Welcome everybody, good to have you back on this channel where we treat ourselves with so much care. Of course, where we learn to become better people. If today is your first time, if this is your first video on this channel, thank you for coming here. But if you are a returning viewer, all my love is for you. Thank you. So quick to the business of the day. We have a new book, like as promised in the last video. We have a new book, and the title is How Successful People Grow by John C. Maxwell. The last time we did a book on written by John Maxwell was How Successful People Lead, and it was a one video review. I tried to see if I could also make this a one video review, like review the entire thing with video. And no, if I do that, I am going to have to cut out a lot of important things, and we know how we do on this channel. It is not in our nature not to put out the best that we can out of every book that we review. So enjoy this ride with your baby girl, and let's have fun together. So this book is promising to give us 15 ways on how to get ahead in life. I read the introduction and I saw a couple of things that I would like us to know. First of all, it says growth is a pathway to your potential. Growth is a pathway to your potential. We know that if we don't grow, we'll never get to the apex of our potential. So growth has to be the only key. Then your potential, your personal potential is what or the person you can become. Your personal potential, whatever is stored up in you, is your personal potential, and that is the person that you are likely or can become, of course, if you grow. Then as the next one says, if you must reach your full potential, you must grow. We already stated that. And then you cannot change your life until you change something you do every day. We have always talked about habit here. Habit are simple things that we do daily. So if you must grow, you must change a habit that you do every day, or you must inculcate something that you must do every day. To discover your purpose, you need to grow in self-awareness. To become a better human being, you need to grow in character. To advance in your career, you need to grow in your skills. To become a better spouse or parent, you need to grow in relationships. To reach your financial goals, you need to grow in your knowledge about how money works. To enrich your soul, you need to grow spiritually. So we see every ladder that we want to climb in any area of our lives requires that we gain knowledge and grow in that area. You see? So we cannot really change anything about ourselves if we don't change something that we do every day. So chapter 1 is titled Become an Intentional Learner. Become an intentional learner. Most of the chapters, as far as I've read as of today, because I really haven't finished the book, have like subtitles. So when they give you like the main title, they give you subtitles. So subtitle for chapter 1 is Growth Doesn't Just Happen. It says if you have dreams, goals, aspirations, you need to grow to achieve them. You don't just wake up and I now know how money works. I can now program in JavaScript and all of those scripts. You have to, I need to grow in this area, and then you have the responsibility of putting in the work to ensure that you gather the knowledge and all of the whatever information that you need in that specific area that you are looking to grow. Then the author talked about a few growth gaps that keeps people trapped. A few growth gaps that keeps people trapped. The number one growth gap is the assumption gap. You assume that you will automatically grow. Like, I will. If I just stay there, automatically I'll grow. No. Chapter 1 says growth has to be intentional. Number 2, it says the knowledge gap. I don't know how to grow. If you don't know how to grow, you have to go out for the knowledge. The Bible says that the people perish for lack of knowledge. So if you don't want to perish, You have to go out for the knowledge that you require in the area where you are looking to grow. Then the next is the timing gap. Some persons will say it's not the right time for me to, grow or to learn or to start something or to do something. There's never a right time. The right time is when you realize and you wake up to the call and say, okay, today I am doing this damn thing. Next is the mistake gap. A lot of persons are afraid of making mistakes. I always use myself as an example when I talk. When I started out this YouTube channel, most of us, we can go back and watch the videos. We see a lot of errors and all of that. But if I waited for everything to be all right, I would never be here today, talking to you in video number whatever. So I think that we should overlook the errors that we'll make because some things we will not learn except that we have made the mistake. So let's not rob ourselves of the growing and learning experience by being too afraid of making mistakes. Because growing can be messy. Of course, we know for children in their baby stage, growing up is a really messy deal for both parents and children. Oh yes. So there's this other gap, the perfection gap. Says I have to find the best way before I start. There's no best way, there's no best practice on how to start. Just start where you are with what you have, and every other thing will come into place or play. The next is the inspiration gap. Some persons will be like, I don't feel like doing it. Commitment does not work with emotions. For people who are committed, some persons even see them as non-emotional people because they don't really give into excuses. It doesn't matter how they feel or what they are going through because they committed to the cause. So the inspiration gap keeps some people away from actually, starting out on their growth path. Then the number 7 is the comparison gap. Others are better than I am. Others are better than I am at something. Why should I be comparing myself to another person? I'm sorry, I always go back to the Bible. There's a place in the scripture where it says, those comparing themselves with themselves are not wise. So we shouldn't compare ourselves with other people. The person that we should compare ourselves with is the person in the mirror. My pastor will always say, I should compare myself of today with myself of yesterday. Okay, I used to do 5 push-ups. Today, can I do 6, 7, or 10 push-ups? I shouldn't say Cynthia can do 10 push-ups and I can do 5. So I'm not good enough, or Cynthia is showing off, or those things are not really healthy for our growth because it will really rob you of a lot of joys in your growth process because you compare yourself with people. So number 8 is the expectation gap. I thought it would be easier than it is. Welcome to reality. Now, so it's never easy. It's never as you expect it to be. Starting out on every business, all the plots and the plans that we make is usually straight line plans, and then until you face buttholes and mountains and valleys and all of those shenanigans and drama. And it will, try to weigh you down. It is your job to make sure. It is your job to make sure that even if a lot of things happen that were not, captured in your plans, it will not always be as easy as said. So deal with it. The author continued by asking us to create our own luck. He gave us a formula with which we can by ourselves create our own luck. It says preparation, which is growth, plus attitude, plus opportunity, plus action, which is doing something about it, is equal to luck. Preparation plus attitude plus opportunity plus action is equal to luck. So create your own luck always by, working with this equation or this formula. Yeah, and it'll help because I think this is so true. Most times, unknowing to all of us, we've actually done this before. We we've prepared for a job, we've prepared for an exam, we've had the study attitude, and then the opportunity came, and then we acted on it, and then voila, we were in tertiary institution, or we got the job, or what we were planning for actually happened. But it takes a lot of input and effort from our own end to bring most of those things that we desire to come to pass. I will close chapter 1 by saying that growth doesn't just happen, you have to go after it. So chapter 2 is titled Develop Self-Awareness. The subtitle, it says, you must know yourself to grow yourself. You must know yourself to grow yourself. I'll read the first paragraph here. It says, if you want to grow to your potential, you must know yourself, like the subtitle said. Your strengths and your weaknesses, your interests and opportunities. You must be able to gauge not only where you've been, but also where you are now. Otherwise, you cannot set a course for where you want to go. And of course, every time you want to learn something, you must be able to take the new thing you've learned today and build on what you learned yesterday to keep growing. Yes, brethren, this is so true. If I don't, I cannot throw away what I learned yesterday, because what I learned yesterday is the person that has made me who I am today. So what I'll learn today is the person that will make me who I am tomorrow. I have to put all I have learned together to become that person, or to get to that potential that I want to, I'm looking at getting to. The author said he believes that there are 3 kinds of people when it comes to having a direction in life, a cause, a pursuit. Said he believes that there are 3 kinds of people. Let's talk about this thing. So people number 1, people who do not know what they want. Trust me, there are many people like that. And I think that in some areas, for some persons who are still finding out, what their life is about and all that, in some areas you may have determined already what it is you want. In some other areas, you could still be okay. I don't know what I want yet, but let's see how this goes. You get? Then people number 2 is people who know what they want but don't do it. These people are the dreamers, the planners, the wannabes, the I will be's, the my future is bright but won't get to work people. Yeah, the wishful thinkers. They don't want to do the dirty work, but they know what they want to be. And trust me, it's not a good place to be. Then the people number 3 are the people who know what they want and they do it. They get to work on it and they get it done. So the first step is to find out where you are and decide if you fall between people number 1, number 2, you know that you need to get to work on yourself. But congratulations if you are people number 3 category. Yes, I must applaud you for already knowing what you want and chasing after it. I'll be reading the many things that I scribbled on my book so that we all can learn. It says, explore yourself as you explore growth. Explore yourself as you explore growth. Enjoy your journey, enjoy your process of growth. There are so many things I did before that I'm not proud of, but I enjoy them because, of course, I did them in ignorance. So explore yourself, discover who you are as you explore growth, and it will be an enjoyable journey. It says to grow, you must first accept yourself and who you are before you can start building. So you accept who you are, where you are, and then you can build from there. Then it says, pay attention to your passion. There's definitely something that we are all good at. And trust me, your passion is the only thing that you can do for a long time without being paid. Because if you don't enjoy doing it and then you're not making money from it, in the long run, you definitely would get frustrated. So find out what you are good at, which is your passion, and get to work on it. Yes. Then he went ahead to say it's okay to do jobs you don't like, but that's just for the time being, so that you don't at the end of your life become so miserable. That's how people get to be miserable, by doing jobs because of just money. Because at the end of your life, money is not what you actually would need. You would need things that would give your inner soul joy and peace, and then money cannot suffice. So find out your passion, get to work on it, even if it's a side, even if it's something you do at your leisure, even if it's something you volunteer to do, but just do it, because that is what keeps the inner you happy, what keeps you fired up, what keeps you juiced up. Yeah. The author said something, says, when you tap into your passion, it gives you the E and E factor. He calls it the energy and excellence factor. But I am going to add one. I'll call it the triple E factor, because I'm going to add enthusiasm to it. Energy, excellence, and enthusiasm. Because if you tap into your passion, you hardly would lose enthusiasm, because you already know that this is something I enjoy doing. Sorry. This is something I enjoy doing, and you hardly would get tired. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. You hardly would get tired because you love doing it. Very important. Very important. Listen to this. You must have some kind of criteria for knowing if the desire you have matches the ability that you possess. You have to have a way of finding out. You have to have your criteria. I don't have to decide the criteria for you to know if the desires you have matches the abilities you possess. That's your homework. Another part of this that is important, it says that if you must grow, you must be accountable. Ask people you trust to always check on you and your progress. You have to ask people who you trust to always check on you and how you are doing with all that you have said you will do with your life. And this must be people who love you, because I've said it on this channel before, do not go to your critic to ask for them to analyze you and tell you how you're doing, because those guys don't love you normally. So why are you going to them to ask that they, So please go to people you love, because they will tell you the hard truth, and you would take it well, because you know that they love you and are talking to you from a point of love. Another important one, have a deadline. Have a deadline. A deadline keeps you on track. A deadline makes sure that you get the job done, within a specific time frame, so that you don't think that your life is raised by infinity. Please have a deadline and work. Have a deadline, have a time you do your deliverables. Okay, these are the things I'm expected to achieve in 3 months, in 4 months, in 6 months, in 1 year, in 5 years. Have a deadline. It helps a lot. Listen to this. It says, if you want to be around growing people, become a growing person. If you are committed, you attract others who are committed. If you are growing, you attract others who are growing. This puts you in a position to begin building a community of like-minded people who can help one another to succeed. So, the Bible, that's the only book I can remember. It says that he who wants a friend, in the book of Proverbs, must first show himself to be friendly. So if I want growing people around me, I have to prove that I'm a growing person. You understand? So people don't want to hang around people who will not help them, who are not like-minded. So you attract the kind of people that you are. Don't be selfish. You have to grow if you want to be around growing people. Yes. And then get mentorship. Mentorship is important. Get mentorship in every area. If you're looking to grow financially, get mentorship in the area of finance. If you're looking to grow spiritually, get mentorship in the area of your spiritual life. Whatever aspect of your life where you want to grow, just get mentorship. Mentorship enables you to sit on the shoulders of people who have gone ahead so that you don't have to make the mistakes that they made. So you sort of sit on their experience, and then it shortens your learning journey because you are now working on privileged information based on another person's experience. I would like to close chapter 2 by saying that we all need to pay the price for our passion. Pay the price. Start today, start now. Everybody pay the price to be the star that they are. If you are wishful and desiring for another person to pay the price for you, then you're not ready. To pay the price, start now. Chapter 3, it says believe in yourself. It is subtitled, you must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. You know, some people don't how do I put this? It's an self-esteem issue. If you don't think that you have something to offer, then you never treat yourself as such. Someone told me something one day. This is the kind of person that I think that you are. Please try to treat yourself as such. Somebody told me very recently. So if you see yourself as a certain kind of person, it'll help you or enable you treat yourself as the person that you see yourself. Not you are not already that person today. You have the potential of becoming that person that you see in yourself. I mean, that's basically what this person was telling me. I see you to be this kind of person. So please begin to treat yourself as this kind of person, because I've watched you and it's somebody I respect so much, so I believe them. Yes. So find out, you have to see value in yourself, or you could see value in yourself through the eyes of your mentors, your trainers, your teachers. They can also detect these values in you. Trust me, if they tell you and you know that they genuinely love you, you should go ahead and believe them. I remember when I was growing out in the choir, I sing like I've told us here. But don't worry, I'm not a professional star singer yet. We're getting there. Maybe if that's the dream, the plans that God has for us. But my music mentor, I love him so much. He told me, he said that this is the kind of person that you are. Now, he was the first person who told me before the second person that I also respect so much told me. He's the kind of person that you are. Start working in that line and build yourself. They saw value in me and he told me. I didn't see that. He told me, and then I worked on it, and eventually, okay, this is the kind of person I am, and voila, I'm here. So sometimes you may not see it. People may see it. It is your job to believe them and, proceed to work on it. I'd like to add that, like I mentioned, self-esteem is the single most significant key to a person's behavior. You have to have a good self-image, self-esteem. It is really important for people who really want to achieve their potential. Then a low self-esteem puts a cap, puts a ceiling on everybody's potential. A low self-image does that, and it can be very, very limiting and hindering. You can never outperform your self-image. Know it. The value we place on ourselves is usually the values other people place on us. How we treat ourselves is exactly how people will treat us. Have you ever tried to buy a gift for somebody who always looks expensive? Trust me, it's not an easy thing to do. In the office where I work, every December, like towards Christmas, we have to do Santa gift exchange. It's not always easy to pick people in top management, because you'll be looking like, what do I have to buy for this? What can I afford that this person would appreciate? Because you already see that these people, they treat themselves really well. They buy expensive things and all of that. But if you pick like somebody at your level or somebody beneath you, be like, I can just randomly choose anything you get. So it's typical. The way you treat yourself is the way people will actually treat you. So please guard your self-image jealously. I'm really big on self-image. I am, because sometimes it is what will sell you a good self-image. So please have a good self-image. Have a good self-image. have a good self-image. Thank you. Now, because chapter 3 talks about self-image and all of that self-esteem, stuffs, he gave us step on building a good self-image. I will read them and then, So number 1, guard your self-talk. 2, stop comparing yourself to others. 3, move beyond limiting beliefs. 4, add value to others. 5, do the right thing even if it is the hard thing. 6, practice a small self-discipline daily in a specific area of your life. 7, celebrate small victories. 8, embrace a positive vision for your life based on what you value. 9, practice the one-word strategy. Now, I'd like to explain this one. The one-word strategy, the author said it's what is the summary of your life in one word. What's the summary of your life in one word? Practice it. What can you tell somebody about you in one word? Your life in one word. So practice the one-word strategy. And lastly, take responsibility for your life. I am going to stop here today. Self-image is actually, I don't even know why it is chapter 3. Because for me, if I were to write this book, self-image would be chapter 1. Because if I don't think that I am good enough, if I don't think that I should be it, I cannot be it. There was something I posted on my Facebook a while ago. I think that was like 2 Christmases ago. I said, frequent the places where you are respected because it does something to your self-esteem. I don't hang around people who do not value me, who do not respect me, who think that I'm beneath them, who think that I'm beneath their class and all of that. I don't hang around such people because I don't want problem in my life. I value myself so much. I hang around people who think that I'm worthy of them and who think also that they are worthy of me, because it goes a long way to help my self-image, my self-esteem. So I would not intentionally put myself for anybody to trample on. I would never ever do that. So you should never do that. You should put yourself where people can respect you. Respect is not something you beg for. Demand for it by treating yourself the way that you want people to treat you. If you treat yourself well, nobody in this world will disrespect you. If they do, put them in their place. Thank you, brethren. I'd like to take a bow now. I hope that you learned so much. I promise to bring the follow-up chapters as soon as possible. I love you. Enjoy yourself. Bye.